Okay, so welcome everybody to Four Real Talkers. I'm Bobbi,
And I'm Jen.
and this is a forum where real people,
Say real things.
yes. And today we're going to be talking about love. What
Oh,
else?
and lust.
Yes, and we're going to throw in a little bit about loyalty and see how that actually could correlate with love and lust. I don't know. It's hard to stay loyal sometimes if you're too lustful, especially if you're lustful outside of your relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
That seems to be happening right now. That's the trend right now.
okay. I know I was just talking with somebody just yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he, I went out with him on one date and he immediately started calling me baby. And I'm thinking, I only seen you one time. How did I get to the status of baby?
No, they give those out at the store. Babe means nothing right now.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, he called me baby. And I said to him, I was like, so I don't have to do anything to earn that status. You're just gonna call me baby just like that. And he told me that you can actually know, like have strong feelings for somebody
True.
and possibly even feel like it's love off of
True.
just one date, the
True.
connection. You buying that? Because
True.
I didn't buy it.
Listen, I mean, I don't know. Right now, the way things are working out, like I don't really believe that. That's bull to me. However, I'm not going to discount, because if you know, you know. If you feeling a person and you like, yo, that's going to be bae, that's going to be bae. Like, however, I have encountered people that call everybody babe.
Okay.
Even the cashier at the grocery store.
Oh, wait a second. Bae or babe?
Like,
or,
yeah, babe. I don't,
okay.
It's the same to me.
Okay.
Babe. Like, once you call everybody babe, it's no longer special. Don't call me that. Call me by my name. First, middle, and last after that. That's just how I feel.
Okay. So
right?
it does minimize it if you
Yeah,
hear your guy
it's not
call
special no
everybody
more.
that.
Once I start hearing you call everybody babe.
Okay.
I mean, nah, don't call me that no more.
Well, for me, I don't really believe in love at first sight. I think it might be, she looked good.
Really?
Yes, she looked good. Look at that body. Look at that booty. So they feel attracted to a look and it's an attraction.
Uh-huh.
And for me, I think that's more lust than love. I don't believe it's love. I think it's more about lust.
I mean, it depends on the person because me myself, I don't go for the physical first. I go for the mental. And
Okay.
once you grab me mentally, like then it's over for you. It doesn't that doesn't, like, the physical means nothing. I can't do nothing with that later. Like, I want to be mentally attracted to you. So it might be love at first sight just because you said something that intrigued me and it made me all warm and fuzzy inside.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. We're going to ask some other people what they think about it because for me, I'm not buying that. You don't love me. I have to do something. I mean, to me, love is an action word. And I need a few things to be done, especially for me to love you and for me to even believe that you love me.
Yeah.
No, that's fly by night stuff. I don't think that's love. I'm not buying it. I think guys might use that term love immediately because they think it's gonna get them in your panties a little bit quicker. That's what I think. That's
Bobbi.
lust. That is not love. That's him just driving that car right on over around the corner as quickly as he possibly could get around that corner. He want to get in your panties. That's what I think.
I can't stop laughing. I do believe in, maybe I believe in fairy tales. I say this all the time.
Okay.
Like, I do believe in, it could be love at first sight. You might not say it, but you know it. Like, when you know, like, yeah. Or it might be lust at first sight. Like, yo, he can get it. Right?
Now see that. Definitely. Because we always say when we first go out with a guy, we're looking at him like,
he can get the
now
business.
We might think that on the first date, like, he could get it. Oh, I want to kiss him.
It's not going to happen.
But that don't mean it's going to happen. But when you have that feeling, that's real sweet.
Yeah.
But I'm not about to tell him that I love him because I know it's not love.
No.
It's lust. I think it's definitely lust.
There's times where, lust can be dangerous as well. Lust will make you, how Al Green said it, make you want to go outside, like it's 3 o'clock in the morning, something's going on. 3 o'clock in the morning.
Or you know what comes to
Love will
mind?
make you leave your house where you just got out of the bed with somebody else.
Uh-oh.
Take that out the tape because I don't even want that to be on. But that
Wait,
will make
no,
you,
no,
not me.
no, but wait a
I
minute.
just
There's nothing wrong with that. Remember the movie? What was that movie with Sunshine? When let me see, Harlem Nights. Yes, thank you. It was Harlem Nights when the guy he was, all Google eyed for Sunshine. She put it on him so good. He said, "Excuse me, let me make a phone call." Baby,
I ain't
kiss,
coming
kiss
home.
the kids. I ain't never coming back home.
Bye.
Yeah. That was lust. That was lust, but in his mind, he was confusing it with maybe a little bit of love,
Yeah.
right? So let's see if we can kind of define lust.
I mean, and it's okay to lust after the person you love.
Okay.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because
Absolutely.
it's you have that little balance.
Okay.
However, I do believe. I mean, I believe in fairy tales. Maybe I'm too old for that, but I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still gonna believe in the idea of falling in love and being in love with one person, and
Okay.
that's another topic: monogamy, transparency,
Yes.
all that good stuff,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
However, lust could be fun and dangerous at the same time.
Well, lust could be amazing, especially if you're in love with the person that you're lusting
Oh
after. And I think that's
yeah.
really important to have lust in your relationship.
Mhm.
You want to keep each other stimulated.
Mhm.
I know for me as a woman, you got to stimulate my mind,
Mhm. Mhm.
and then
I
the rest
agree.
of me kind of follows. Stimulate my mind
Absolutely.
and get me going, honey, because then I can lust after you, but once you get that opportunity, you better bring it. If you don't bring it, if he don't bring it and we actually get to the bedroom, then I don't know if I'm really lusting after that.
Right.
And I'm definitely not gonna be in love. But no, I'm just kidding.
Listen.
Because I don't know, it can be a little bit confusing sometimes. I think so. I
Absolutely.
really think so. You can feel, that lust, the power of the lust, and just it's like a strong emotion. Is it an emotion or it's just more of a feeling? I think it's more of a feeling, like an attraction, lust.
It depends. It depends on the person. It it could be a feeling, you
Mm-hmm.
know, or it could be like a physical thing.
Okay.
Lust, or I mean, or a mental thing. You thrive for that person. Like you
Okay.
can't go a day without that person. You got it. You got. Anyway, I like sing, but you can't go a day without talking to that person. So I feel like you
Okay.
lust after that
Well,
that mental stimulation. I
okay.
don't know.
So when you think about guys and girls or men and women, society usually or used to say men were chasing women, like men, they're cheaters or they're more lustful. But I think women, we might be kind of catching up with them a little bit. So in your opinion, who do you think lusts more, men or you think women lust more?
Don't ask me that.
Okay, well
For
then
me, I can't. I don't know about. I can't speak for. I'm not the spokesperson
Okay.
for women. I can speak for me, and I can say again that it depends on the person. Like I'm not going to. I'm not lusting after you physically.
Okay.
No.
No.
You
Well then.
may strike me mentally, and because of your mental, it's going to strike me physical.
Okay,
And
that's what I'm
then
talking
we go,
about.
but I'm not. No, it has to be. It starts off to me with a mental. Nothing like you could be the best looking person in the world,
Okay.
but right here, this is where my attraction starts. So
Okay,
once I
definitely.
feel that, then I'm like I'm open because then I wanna talk to you more. I want to be around you more, and then that right there it just takes a turn
Mm-hmm.
itself.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
So I just want to go to the cards, and this is for a real talkers game. And let me
Yay!
see. I think I have a question right here. Okay. This question is saying that I believe lust can also lead to people being liars, deceitful, and manipulation. So,
Oh yeah! Heck
do you
yeah!
like? What do you think?
I just told you. Heck yeah! I don't. You
Yeah.
don't even. Yeah.
Okay.
It could be you gonna do everything and anything possible to get to that person.
Okay.
again, I'm not speaking for me. I'm just saying that yes, you're gonna do anything and everything to get to that person.
So
And
people become selfish, is what you're
and
saying.
once you start like lie, cheat, still like, yeah,
So it actually
that's
lust. You
mine.
can almost compare lust. Maybe it's like kind of like a drug or something. When people are on
Right.
drugs, like you just get so lustful, and
Yeah.
you start salivating at the mouth. I don't know. You you need your drug. You need that fix with this
Heck
lust.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Your kryptonite.
Yes. Absolutely. Yep.
Yes. I.
So yeah, it could be a drug. So you start to do almost anything just to get to it. So that's the manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
That's the lies,
Oh, the lies you
and the
tell.
deceit. And we're not here for that.
Yeah.
We're not
No,
here for
you
that. We're
are
tired of
absolutely
it.
right. I'm
Okay.
telling you.
But I think what we should do is let's see if somebody else want to. Since we are live, I don't know if I told you guys earlier, we are live today at Cafe Melo in Harlem.
Cafe Melo.
Yes.
I
So
like that name.
yes, isn't it a nice
Yeah,
name,
because
Cafe
it's making
Melo?
me feel, it's giving me a vibe like I could just lay back and chill like
And be mellow, right?
Cafe Melo.
It is a nice name. So I want to thank Dwight for allowing us to be here today. And
Mm.
we do have some people here in the audience, and I believe that somebody might have something that they want to say. Does anybody have anything that they want to say, especially about the question if you think like lust can lead to lies, deceit, manipulation, or if you just have something else you just want to add to the conversation? Okay.
We're not even, you don't even have to be on camera. We can hear your voice, but.
Well, I would say lust is the basic, and without it, we wouldn't have humanity anyway.
Right.
You have to proceed from that.
Yes.
And it's lust and love overlap.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
You couldn't be, I don't think you could be in love with somebody if you were repulsed.
But yet,
yes,
yeah, he's
I agree.
absolutely. You
That-
could be married to them, but you might still be repulsed.
So it could start out with the lust
Well,
and
it's just like somebody I was involved in said about money. Oh, I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't care about money. I said, oh, okay. Then go with me, and I was in a cardboard box.
and how long did they stay with you? As long as the money was still there, did they leave?
7 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that they left because you sent them to the cardboard box? Is that?
No, that's because we had a daughter together.
Ah, okay. Sounds
And
good.
now with that point, sometimes you have that lust in that relationship, and there's love and lust, and then the kids come along,
And then
and it might change, slow that lust down a little bit, right?
it dries up.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes because now your attentions are focusing more on the children. But I do like your comment. I like what you said about lust. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I like
So
that.
we definitely need lust and love to kind of overlap, right?
Yeah. But I think what happens we talked about that. What happens when lust takes over is just, it does become dangerous.
Yes, it does.
I've had some friends and faces and names we will not talk about because we're going to the day we go, we're not talking about those things. But I've had some friends who like they do some crazy things because they want to get to that person that they, want to
Crazy
get to.
things like what? Do tell. You don't have to say names, but do tell. Do tell.
I'm not getting you in trouble.
Nobody's gonna know who you're talking about. Don't you guys want to hear what you're talking about?
They doing all sorts of crazy things. You know what I mean? Trying to get into voicemail. You know what I mean? Showing up in places and cyber, like just straight stalking in a way.
Oh, so you start getting a little thirsty, that you're lusting so much, you're getting thirsty.
And I don't think the feeling was mutual, so it started to become more stalkerish than than lusting. So yeah, it gets to a point where it's dangerous for you physically and mentally. That's when I feel like you need to take a time out. So I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I don't believe in I don't think it's healthy to be a stalker under any circumstances at all. I mean, if you get to the point where you feel like you need to be a stalker, you should change that S and T and put a W in front of it and be a walker. walk. Get
Walk
to
away.
stepping. Yeah, walk away. It's not worth it. Nobody's worth your freedom. Nobody's
Nah,
worth your dignity.
not
And
at
don't
all.
lose it
Not at
for those
all.
reasons. No. No,
Not at
absolutely
all.
not. Not worth it. There's more men around, and if you're a man, there's more women around. It's just not
Absolutely.
worth it.
If they don't want you, I mean, it's not meant for you to be together.
Yeah,
Period.
don't stalk. And
Mm-hmm.
women, you know what other thing that women do that I can't stand? The guy is cheating on you.
Mm-hmm.
He has a side chick. You
Mm-hmm.
mad at the side chick and you stalking her. Now, where they do that at? Now, why would you do that? That woman don't have anything to do with the commitment that he made to you.
Right.
He really don't.
I agree.
Not unless that's your husband and she knows it's your
I
husband and
agree.
she acting a fool with him too. Then you know.
I
But
agree.
still, it's really not the woman's or that other person on the outside fault.
Mm-hmm.
In my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, I don't think it is. It's the person's fault who made the commitment to you.
Yeah. I mean,
Right?
I've seen that happen
Don't
before.
stalk, walk, baby.
Yeah.
No stalking. Just walk.
I've seen that happen before. Like I had friends who like, I'm getting on the flight to go after the girl, but I'm like, he's sitting right in front of you. Like, why are you going after her? Like, handle what you need to handle right there in front of you, before you address this outside party.
Absolutely.
Talk to your man. Talk to
Absolutely.
your husband.
Well, first of all, I'm not addressing the other person on the outside, period, unless she came in my house,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
my car, my space.
Yep.
But if she's not in
Exactly.
my space, my problem is with him.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly. I agree. Listen,
So.
don't get me started on that. But all right, continue.
Okay. So let me just see if I have another juicy question or something juicy here. I don't know. What does this say with my bad eyesight? Okay, so basically, I'm going to just explain what this question is all about.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you in your relationship, it started out very lustful, and I don't know how long lust lasts in a relationship. It could
Mm-hmm.
be months until the honeymoon stage is over. It could be a year, 2 years.
Geez.
I don't really know how long it lasts. I guess as long as you're focused on
That
it, you're
person.
conscious of it,
Yep.
you're still attracted to one another.
Yeah.
The lust could last, right? But when lust dies out, you've been accustomed to having your partner be very lustful towards you, and it starts to die out and you miss it. What do you, I mean, how do you handle bringing it back in? Because I think, and the question says, like, is this a reason for someone to step outside of their relationship and now to cheat? Because they're missing that passion of lust. Do you think that drives people to cheat?
That's a, you know, I don't know why people. I mean, people cheat for various amount of reasons. I don't know, but I do know you always need to continue dating, even up after you're married. Date your wife, date your girlfriend, date your wife. Like keep it interesting. Step to me at a bar, act like we don't even know each other. I don't care if we're 75, 70, 85. Act like I just met you at the bar. I'll be inside the bar with, with nothing on, even if I'm to the floor. Keep it interesting. Don't get comfortable. And we talk about this all the time. Even women, men and women, don't get comfortable. And I mean, I'm going to put a bonnet on. I'm putting my pajamas on. I might put a onesie on. And then you're like, what the like, what is this? I didn't sign up for this, but you got it. You got to keep it. You got to keep it spicy. You know what I mean?
Spicy.
And I know that's work, and sometimes you're tired or whatever. But I do believe there are times where you might be in love with somebody, but you don't lust after them anymore,
right?
And the spark is not there, so you step out. Because you want to see if something spicy on the other side. You might want Scotch bonnet. And
you using my name today.
Scotch bonnet. You might want Scotch bonnet instead of Lowry's. and you step outside of the relationship because you're not getting the same thing that you got at the beginning of the relationship. However, you still love that person,
right?
And you don't want to leave that person, but you want something spicier because you miss that.
Okay.
So that's why I always say, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
To make sure you keep that engagement. Keep it spicy.
But you know what? It's not just the responsibility of that one individual.
Absolutely,
so
both.
the person, right? So the person who felt like they wasn't getting it and they decided to step out of the relationship, I'd like to find out, well, did you do anything to try and bring the spice back in the relationship, or were you just putting it off on the other person, making an excuse, saying, oh, it's not spicy anymore.
Mhm.
I don't lust after him or
Mhm.
her anymore. And you
She
just
don't do
putting
that
it
thing
all.
she used to
Well,
do.
it's no one party's
Yeah,
responsibility. I think it's the
it's both.
responsibility of both people, right?
Absolutely,
And
I
to me,
agree.
it deserves a conversation,
Mhm.
because the best way to figure out what's wrong in your relationship and to possibly fix it, because some
Right.
things can't be fixed, but you need to at least start off with an honest communication,
Right. If we
right?
go, if sometimes you go, it's your paths become going down the separate paths. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But you still always have love for that person. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that desire
Okay.
may change.
But
So.
sometimes, so how does the path, it starts to go in different ways. But I really honestly feel because there was a lack of honest communication, and that put a break in that relationship.
Mhm.
You got to keep talking to each other. I think
Yeah.
talk, check in with one another every so often,
Yeah. Yeah.
instead of thinking that you're doing everything perfectly.
Mhm.
Like, as for me, I might think I'm the bomb.com,
Mhm.
but it's good to check in with your partner, because you
Yeah.
may not be doing everything to his or her
No,
satisfaction.
you're
So
right.
just have that check-in point instead of waiting for things to get so bad. And now you taking it out on them in other ways. And usually the first thing a woman to do, we take it out on them, that lust go. We take that sex out, right? Because we mad about something.
Mm.
Yeah, I think just talk about it before it get to that point, and
Yeah.
see if you can salvage it.
Yeah.
Because I honestly don't see how you can fix anything that's wrong
Mhm.
in your relationship
Right.
by going outside of the
And I'm
relationship. How
thinking,
that work? How
and
you
I'm
think you gonna
thinking,
fix it?
then you thinking you taking the sex out, and instead of them like trying to figure out why you taking the sex out, they going outside to get what you took out from somebody else.
Well, what somebody told me about that it's just so much temptation out here. There's so much competition for women. Like,
Mhm.
we got to really compete
Mhm.
for a man,
Mhm.
because you can basically look however you want to look nowadays. There was a point in time where you had what you had, but now you can get what you need to get so you can have what you want. And so I don't know. It's just so much competition out here.
Yeah, no, I agree, but like I said, still keep it spicy,
Okay.
and we talk about it all the time about getting involved in what your partner likes, if seeing what they like, and try to be a part of that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yes.
Just
Yes.
to be engaged. You know
Yes.
what I mean? If it's
Mhm.
something that goes against your morals and standards, then no. But get involved with what your partner likes. If he likes, I don't know, hockey, like figure out some type of way that
Mhm.
you can engage. I don't know. Some
And then
type
the
of
partner have to be willing to let you in on that
true.
activity that they do. I
Hmm.
mean, find something that you can partake in together, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wonder, do anybody out here have any questions? Anybody want to say something? You can stay off camera. Anybody want to say anything? No? How about you, sir? Do you have any comments?
Oh, I think I've opened my mouth enough for
No,
now.
no,
You
no.
got
You seem like you have a lot of experience. I'm sure you have a lot to offer.
Well, the longer you live, the more experience you have.
Absolutely.
right.
I think
Absolutely.
to make it sound like a lot of work.
We do, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. Maybe it is, but
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, it
I
is a
just
lot of
don't
work.
see it that way.
It's exhausting at times. It does. It is a lot of work, I have to say. But you are right. It does sound like a lot of work, but because it is.
I got a comment. I don't
Yes.
think love has to be exhausting.
Okay.
It's teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
You got the
Yeah.
right partner. Still
Mm-hmm.
use the word work.
You said
But
work
still
team.
put the word work in it. But teamwork. Teamwork will make any dream work, especially a relationship or business.
Right.
So
Okay.
if you put an equal effort in the worst failure of it, it can be successful.
Okay.
Right.
So that's what I feel about that particular thing where
Mm.
you can have a job that don't seem like work because you love what you do.
Right.
Right.
If you love being with the person you're doing and you love what you're doing together,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
both equally participating in it, then it's not going to seem like work.
Mm.
It's going to
Okay.
seem more like an adventure.
Okay.
That's just my personal experience.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
But I appreciate what I think Ed was saying, that we're making it seem like it's a lot of work and it's complicated, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what we're dealing with today. I mean, I'm a single woman.
Mhm.
I was married when I was very young for a very short time, like 2 years, and I never remarried again. I'd love to get married again, but it's not so easy sustaining relationships. But I think for a lot of other reasons, like people don't want to tell you the truth, they're deceitful, they're lying, hiding stuff, or maybe your personality is a little bit too strong for them, they can't deal with it. But for the most part, I think that would have hurt a lot of my relationships is that I find a lot of men, they are not talkers, they don't open up and share, they don't know how to communicate, they don't have good communication. I mean, and it needs to be honest communication, because if it's not honest, that's really not going to help. And so for me, I think that's been the downfall in most of my situations.
You're absolutely right.
So
I agree.
I wish it wasn't hard, because I think that if you really do love somebody, and it shouldn't take work. If you guys really love each other and you're communicating honestly with each other, it shouldn't take all of that work.
Do I have to have the mic? Because I think I talk loud.
Uh-oh.
No, you good. You good.
So, Bobbi,
yes,
I'm going to agree with you on most of the things that you said, but on the topic of lust is easier. Lust requires no work.
No work.
Fun.
Yeah.
There's adrenaline. So it takes a lot of work to be in a relationship, and nobody wants to do that.
Nobody wants to do exactly.
Nobody. And then when you get in a relationship, you got to continue with the honesty.
it's boring. Okay.
You gotta continue talking, and if it's hard in your world, imagine in my world, it's definitely hard. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to be honest. Everybody wants to be lusty.
Okay.
Fun.
Yes, I agree.
No, she's absolutely right.
Yes.
For you, how are you going to navigate the world in this lusty world with the non-honesty of people and your strong personality? How's that gonna work?
Well, I think that the right person for me, he's gonna find me, and it's gonna work, because I don't believe that everybody that get together is meant to be together. I don't believe that. I think sometimes we try to force it because we just want to be in a relationship, and you see signs almost immediately, like, nah, maybe I need to keep this at a lust thing, and when the lust is gone, he get to be gone. But we want a relationship, and so we try to force it, and we already knew the second week that it wasn't relationship material, right?
Exactly.
So for me, I think that the person that's for me is going to be for me, and he's going to find me. We're going to find each other.
I agree with
And in the meantime, and in between time, lust, but I'm probably going to
keep her legs closed.
Yeah. I'm probably going to do that. Yeah. Because it's just not, it's important, but it's important for that right one for me. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So I heard the word expectation out there too. And that's a great point, because oftentimes, I mean, some people say, oh, I don't have expectations when I meet a person. I don't really buy that. I think that everybody has an expectation, whether you share it or not. Right?
Yep. I agree.
And I think you should.
I agree. And sometimes we put high expectations upon a person, and then when they don't live up to those expectations, we're mad at them. Why are you mad at them when you knew they wasn't going to live up to those expectations that you had you created that? So now you're there, and I've done that before, where I'm like, I'm expecting all of this from that person, and I created this. He was Clark Kent, and I made him Superman. And then when he didn't become Superman, I'm like mad. I'm like, no, be mad at yourself, because you did that. You have to. I don't know, what do you say? Like, meet people where they are. So if they're not, meet them where they are. If don't create, and I have sometimes, again, I'll get delusional and create this grand fantasy of what we're gonna be, and we might not make it there.
Okay.
So I have to. I'm learning to leave it where it is. Like, okay, if we're not getting to that point, it's all good, because in the grand design of things, whoever God has for me is gonna be for me, like you said.
Yes.
But there have been times where I'm like putting all these expectations in my own head and not even
So,
realizing like, no, he can't
but
live up
Jen,
to that. Like,
okay, I'm not going to say somebody can't live up to an expectation until I've shared it. So I think that I'm definitely need to
Oh,
share
absolutely.
my expectation and let him tell me if it's realistic or not.
Even sharing
And
it, because they might say
yeah, well, that's
they
true.
might give you the
Pretend the lie, the
pretend.
lies.
Pretend, even like in the beginning, giving you all the time in the world, like moving mountains to be with you,
Yes.
right? And then all of a sudden, like it's that changes. You start expecting that. I'm starting to expect our weekly, you know, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday nights or whatever. And then next, so I don't know, like you do expect it. You have that conversation. And then all of a sudden it stops. You wondering like, what did I do to make you feel like you don't have to do that anymore? Or now you got this cow.
Okay. But we can't control everything. We can't control another person. All you can do is your best, and you can share what your expectations are. And shame on that person for pretending and trying to fool you into thinking that they're going to meet your expectations when they already know that they don't have any good intentions. They never had the intentions.
Nah.
It's not your fault when you share the expectation and the person, maybe they thought they could meet them, but once they realize that they can't, then it's time for us to have another conversation. Right? But the problem is, I just want to say, is when you don't share the expectation and you expect it, then who crazy? I don't know. You expect something and you didn't even tell the person.
Or they intend on living up to the expectations, but they spreading themselves thin with Brenda, Becky, and Amanda. I'm just saying, like, they might.
No, because your expectation that you shared with him, I'm pretty sure it didn't involve Brenda, Keisha, and Lisa.
Yeah, but he's not telling you about that either. He's spreading himself thin.
So he didn't have no intentions to live up to the expectation then. That's
lying. Like what you said.
No, lies. So, well, I just want to see if anybody else have any comments to make, because if not, anybody have any comments?
Then we are wrapping this thing up. Oh, Bobbi, answer that.
Why do I think men are not good at communicating? I really can't speak on behalf of why I think. Okay, you said why I think. Okay, so I will tell you why I think men are not good at communicating. I think it's fear. I think fear, it robs men and women, but probably more so men, because men from young boys, they're taught not to cry, not to share. Oh, don't you tell nobody this. Oh, you can't show your fear. You can't show your emotions. So with men grow up from boys hiding, and therefore they're not comfortable with sharing their thoughts. Expressing their emotions, allowing them to show. Because once you get to talking, that's emotion that's coming out as well. So I think men are not comfortable with it because they wasn't taught as boys, and they grew up not sharing. They're uncomfortable and they're afraid.
And fear past relationships. Relationships where they have been honest and that other party freaked out, flipped out, scared them to death. Or they don't want to deal with the like yeah every time. So they just like, I can't. So past relationships has caused them to become like closed minded, and they don't want to be open. They don't want to say, listen, I'm telling you, I know guys who just they'll be hanging out with their boys, nothing, very innocent, but still won't share because they don't want to hear the yin like that.
What the yin yin? What do you mean?
From the past, a woman, and I'm not even gonna say broad, a woman saying, complaining all the time. I call that the yin yang, like complaining all the time, like why you, and you didn't, and you were supposed to. I'm gonna get tired of hearing myself saying I don't want to hear that. Me even being a woman, I'm like, why are you? So they might get closed off and like, I'm not even gonna tell her, like I'm not even gonna explain. I don't want to go there because of past, and you might be open-minded. You might say, like, just tell me whatever it is, it's okay. But because of a past relationship, it's causing them to become closed off and and feel like, nah, I'm not doing that. Well, so
That's a
that's just,
good
you
point.
know, that's just experience, because I've had that happen before, because I feel like me, I'm so chill. I didn't used to be so chill, but so chill. Like, tell me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Like, whatever it is, it is,
Okay.
But they're gonna hold it back. They could
Okay.
just be doing something so innocent, and then because you holding it back, it makes it seem like it's, some sort of deception. They just gonna, and
Okay.
it blows it up. But I think it's a lot to do with you growing up. You're right, and also
Okay.
past
Well,
past
I like what
relationship.
we're both saying, but I would love to hear from a man. Can a gentleman
Yeah, over in that
explain
corner
to
right
us
there. Over in this corner right
why
there.
men may
I
not
mean, over in
see
this corner right
some,
here.
and we're not
Oh,
talking about all men, some, a lot.
some. Yeah, not all.
I would say this, right? If you're looking for a guy that communicates well verbally,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
you might need to. Stella Adler has a great acting program.
Who does?
Stella Adler
Okay.
has a great acting program.
It's
Okay.
an acting
Generally,
program.
they talk a lot,
Mhm.
right? So maybe a little bit of wrong space.
Okay.
Try to pursue an actor,
Oh wow.
possibly, right? And seriously, they communicate well. Politicians do. They talk well, and they're very comfortable talking. I believe that all people communicate.
Mhm.
Different forms of communication.
Absolutely.
Men do speak. They may not be verbally.
Okay.
Okay, silence is a way of communicating as well, right?
Mhm.
So I agree with you that some men might not like to hear the constant chatter from whoever, so they may like lock up
Yeah.
or close up. They're still speaking to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? So we also have to learn how to recognize different forms of communication
Mhm.
besides verbal.
Right.
Women are accustomed to, you know, verbal
Mhm.
Okay.
or certain physical, I guess, affection.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way that they do it best. But you have to kind of expand on recognizing different forms in order to be able to communicate with better yourself.
Mhm.
So sometimes that might be the disconnect why people find themselves in relationships or either side find
Okay.
themselves in predicaments and confused and stressed out.
Right.
We just maybe to like just broaden our horizons or capacity to understand other people.
Right.
And then maybe we'll start to get the right vibrations and energy.
Okay.
Mm.
I like that.
I like
No, and
that.
I like that. I like that.
Still seeking knowledge or anything, but this is my opinion.
I like
Okay.
that.
But that to me, what you're saying, it takes time to get to that point.
Mhm.
You got to spend time in that
Right.
relationship to get to recognize that nonverbal communication in that person.
Mhm.
But how do you get to the point of having that lasting relationship to learn this about the person? I think you need some communication early on, or we're not going to make it past 6 months.
Communication and really patience, actually.
No, I got you
Really,
though. But that was a
definitely.
good, very valid point. It was
I
a
Yeah.
good
believe
point.
that's true, but
Mm.
sometimes we have different opinions, right?
Mhm.
Definitely.
And people don't know how to accept another person's perspective on things.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So when you show those signs,
Yes.
they try to pretend to be what you want them to be, which is
Mm.
not which is not genuine,
Right.
And you'll learn that later on.
Yep.
Right.
Or you accept them for who they are and continue to listen.
Okay.
Not
Absolutely.
because you hear the first things, okay, he doesn't like this and this and that. Might be a great person, but
Mm-hmm.
has a different perspective on some things.
Okay.
And in life, you need a balance, right?
Mhm.
Right.
So you gotta accept the good end of that.
Yes, I agree with that.
No one's gonna be perfect, no situation will be perfect.
Right.
Not
It's
at
a matter
all.
of how much you tolerate.
I agree with
It's
that.
good to continue to listen.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I'm gonna
agree.
sign
Okay.
out right there.
Well, I was 2 seconds away from putting up another chair up here and saying, "Come on up on this stage here," because that was some very good information,
Very
wasn't it?
deep. Absolutely.
Yes, it was.
I
See,
agree.
and we heard it from one man. We got another gentleman. Go ahead.
I have a good point. I have a point. It's from an example of another relationship.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of men, not all men,
Mhm.
are not communicative at all.
Mhm.
They wasn't raised that way.
Mhm.
No one taught them anything. They don't have
Mm-hmm.
really nothing to go on. Our
Mhm.
society is kind of that way. They kind of just fall by the wayside.
Mhm.
Okay.
If you really love someone, I'm talking about from a woman's perspective, because I've saw it in a relationship. This guy, he was very reserved,
Mm-hmm.
almost like an introvert. He didn't communicate, and he had a hard time having relationships with women because he wasn't that communicative with women and expressing himself.
Okay.
But he met this woman that brought it out of him. So a lot of men, it takes a certain kind of
That
woman to
one
bring it out
person.
of you
Okay.
to be communicative because you're not.
Right.
And the things she done, she whispered in his ear all the time. She was always in his ear, always up on him. And she wasn't saying it for everybody else to hear. So she was like whispering all these innuendos in his ear. And he opened up to her. And they got married. They have a beautiful relationship in a marriage.
Okay.
And every time they send me pictures, they're somewhere on vacation. And guess what? She's in his ear.
Okay. I like that. Well, I like that.
It does take that one person to bring you out of, patience, and that one right person to say, you know what, I see something in you. You know what I mean? So, because I understand what you're saying as far as the introvert, because I normally don't have a lot to say. However, as of lately, because Bobby's always asking me and to come out and draw it, I speak more. But no, I mean, sometimes I might be communicating without speaking, just like this gentleman said. I'm observant, and I'm reading body language. I don't always have to say something. I always don't want to say anything. You know what I mean? Some people need to be constantly engaged. I could be sitting with you quietly, like, and we're not talking about anything, but we still talking like mentally. We still vibing, mentally. Okay. I don't require, the whole pomp and circumstance.
Okay.
Like
anybody else? Yes, of course you can. Let's get the microphone.
A lot of people are afraid to communicate about the communication.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
They're afraid.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What your reaction is going to be.
Right.
Exactly.
You're going to say, or how, they ask you about how you feel, but do they really want to know about how you feel?
Sometimes it's just a formality.
About the communication.
Right.
Asking me how I'm feeling. And I'm telling you, then, you can't be shut off.
Right. Right.
Right. I agree. Yep.
She's absolutely right.
Yes, definitely. Fear. Definitely.
I like that.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody else?
Yeah. For what it's worth, you don't really have to communicate. When I first met the woman I later married, we didn't understand each other at all, literally. We spoke two
different languages.
Okay.
And we stayed married for 7 years, but if you called her up and asked her, I guarantee, and we don't agree on much, I guarantee that she would say that the whole deal was better when we couldn't understand each other.
So, that sounds like it was a relationship based off of lust.
Lust.
7 years, so
the lust led to love. There was so much lust. It turned into some loving lust. Wow, that's pretty interesting though. Like it was a lot better when you guys didn't understand each other.
I like that. I like that. Like we don't
such a realist,
I like that. Seriously.
So listen, guys, maybe we should try that in our relationships. When you having too much of a challenge in the communication department, when your partner comes over and says something to you that you don't agree with, and you don't want to be in trouble, just say, just speak a different language, make something up. It could be pig Latin or something. Don't speak the same language. Maybe things will get better. I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that and then throw a little lust in there.
Exactly. Thrust.
Lust with a thrust. Yeah. No, because I need to have some communication at least 98% of the time. I'm going to need to be able to communicate. That 2%, I can be okay with.
Well, I think this is good. This is
anybody
good
else?
I think I got one more point. I think we can communicate without saying too much. I've been in a relationship with she did speak it, she spoke French. I ended up learning French a little bit. But what happened was it was just body language.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She could write some things down in English that I would read. It just changed what the relationship was because the fact that we couldn't say much. Everything had to be action and body language.
Oui.
So that's why English is just, you know what you look. And it's just the arm movement and like, okay, how am I gonna figure out it's more of a challenge. You trying to figure out how can I explain to this person what I want to say. I don't speak their language.
Right.
So in that you have to put more energy into that.
Yes.
You know, really got to figure out how can I let this person know how I feel, what I want, and what my needs are.
Yes.
It doesn't speak the same language.
Okay.
It's very challenging, but it has its advantages.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we can both speak English and still speak different languages.
That's right.
Yeah, we was talking about your love languages too. That's another show. That's another time. But we could be in the same house and don't even know what each other is feeling or talking about, or just close off, or don't when you asking me how I'm feeling, like this young lady said, you don't really want to know how I'm feeling, because if I come to you and tell you no, I'm feeling horrible, I don't like you might not be able to deal with somebody who has some type of negative feeling. You might always need to be on the sunshine band, I call it. I feel like sometimes people just do it as a formality, like, yeah, all right, yeah, how you feeling, you all right? And I could just told you the sky fell and you still moving on about your day, and then I'm like, you're not
Did you hear me? Yeah.
You're not listening to me. So I mean, you really have to understand it is body language.
Okay.
You know, it's verbal, it's a whole lot of things.
And it has to be effective listening too, if
absolutely
communicate.
Yeah, don't listen just to answer me, because you might just be listening to everything I said but the last word, and then you're gonna go on
answering something that don't have nothing to do with what I just said, right?
on that last word. Like, you just listening so you can be like, yeah, so you know who won? The Lakers was playing yesterday. I'm like, I wasn't even talking about the Lakers. So you really have to like listen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I know sometimes I especially when you're being combative, I'm listening because I just want to answer you. That's it.
Okay.
And get my point across. So you can't do that. I'm learning. I'm growing every day, guys. Like, you can't be combative and don't just answer the question. I mean, just answer it because you want to get your point across. Listen to what that person's saying.
Yes, I agree with that.
Check their body language,
Definitely.
you know, because something truly could be, you know, going on or whatever. You know, it's growth. And if you don't want to grow with that person, you know, then don't waste their time, you know.
Oh, how about don't waste your own, because
Don't
you already
waste your
know
own time.
that you don't want to grow with them,
Yeah.
so don't waste your own.
Absolutely.
Yes, so.
If you plan just on getting in the drawers and you don't want to listen, just say what you want. Just say that. You know what I mean? If you want to no, I don't care about how you're feeling. I want the drawers and that's it. I mean, just say that. I mean, honesty, I feel like be honest with me so I can just kindly deny you or grant you either way. Like,
right, okay, I got you.
Keep it, they say in the street, keep it a buck, keep it 100.
Keep it 100. Well, I'm just going to say I'm looking for the politician. I'm looking for
not really, because politicians and actors, they lie so good.
Well, they might lie so good, but they're going to be good communicators.
They're going to just be talking because they talk to keep getting elected. And they might not 99.99% of them keep talking just because it's the time to get elected. Just like a boyfriend, they want to get in the drawers. That's their election. They're going to win to get the drawers. So they're going to keep talking and say everything you want. So a good actor might just be telling, you know what, Bobbi, let me tell you. Yes, I know how you feeling. Really? You don't get out of here. He going to get in your drawers, and then he got elected. Just like the politicians, the actor got the role, he got the money, and that's it. And he don't care. It's just like going to buying a car. After the car dealer sells you that car, they don't really care about you no more. They sold that car on to the next. So if I come back to you the next day and tell you I have issues, I already got the drawers. I already sold you the car.
Okay, these are all real talk stories, but please know that's not everybody.
That's not everybody. But I was just saying, like, you know, an actor, I would be worried because especially if it's a good actor, Like if he's Denzel, I'm like, oh shoot, I really believe you, but he could just be lying. He could be, not
Okay.
everybody, you know.
Okay.
I said Denzel because that's my favorite.
And mine too. Well, I want to tell everybody thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah,
We talked about love, we talked about lust, and we will come back here another time too, just as soon as we get that invitation. So I want to thank Dwight from Cafe Melo, the owner of Cafe Melo here in Harlem.
Thank you
for having us here today.
Right.
Yeah, so this is For Real Talkers. We're real people.
Say real things.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, y'all. That was cool. That was cool. That was cool. Thanks, y'all. That was fun.
Thank you, everybody.
That was fun. There she go with that voice.